is up, YouTube viewers, Venom Life friends and family, and our valued longtime Get Hooked customers? Welcome to the show. I want to start off by saying there's a lot of people out there who have been pushing us for years to do our own YouTube videos, knowing that Chris and I go out and weeks at a time into the desert to catch snakes for Venom Labs, and we make all these hooks and then teach people how to use them, like, I don't know, venomous snake training videos for the Department of Defense. So we've been pushing it off, and finally here we are. So a special thank you to a few people who have actually gone out of their way to push us harder than everybody else to make sure that this happened, and this is just one of many. So first I want to start with KB Reptiles, good friends of ours, and they've been pushing us for a really long time. Thank you guys. Chris and Kristen Graham, we love you guys both very, very much. Brian Cusco, couldn't have done it without you, man. Miguel Garcia, there since the beginning. Mike Clarkson, man, I couldn't say enough about him. That's going to take a whole nother episode, and we'll get to that soon. Our boy Max Hicks down in Texas, love you, brother. Dave Kaufman, always a supporter, love seeing you at shows, can't wait to do more with you, which is coming up soon. Let's talk about that. And our boy Matt Gambrell over at Olympus Reptiles out in Kansas, man. The support you guys have shown for us over the years and pushing us to do this is, I mean, you know, the fans and everybody else too, but you guys are a big reason why we're kicking this off, man. So I want to say thank you guys specifically this time, and with that, let's talk about what's going to happen today. Today we are here in the Venom Life Get Hooked workshop, where we're going to learn how to keep your hook looking shiny, clean, and brand new so that it lasts you forever. Because even though every time we sell a hook we make a little bit of money, we want you to have it for the rest of your life, if possible. All of you who already have one of our hooks, thank you very much. We love you. Couldn't do this without your support. Get Hooked, we started 6 years ago, believe it or not. We've been doing Get Hooked snake hooks for 6 years, and loving every minute of it, coming up with new products all the time, thanks to you guys giving us feedback on what you want to see new on our hooks. So keep sending us messages and tell us to do things a little bit differently, try to make new stuff, and we'll keep coming up with new solutions to fix your problems when you're working with these animals. We also wanted to thank our very special customers who buy from us all the time, and you know who you are. You guys that have one of every color and one of every piece in the collection. We love you guys and thank you very much. Hit us up, we'll hook you up. Lastly, I want you guys to keep in mind that everything we do here at Venom Life Gear and at Get Hooked Snake Hooks, everything we do, we give a percentage to the Asclepius Snakebite Foundation. Now I want to ask you guys to subscribe. Even though it's only our first one, you're going to like what you see, I promise. I want you guys to like it, share it, and most importantly, check out the links below, because everybody that I mentioned so far, a lot of the links are going to be down there for our websites and for the ASF, so you can see what we're actually doing to help with our products, our information, our knowledge, and our friendships and networks to be able to actually make a lasting difference in the world and be able to really help people who really need help. On that note, I'm going to turn it over to my business partner and dear friend, Chris Woodcock. He's going to tell you how to take care of these things, because as we all know, I'm just a pretty face. He does all the work. So let's get to it.
Hello from the Venom Life workshop, the Venom Life Get Hooked workshop. I'm Chris. I want to welcome all of our Venom Life friends and family to our first YouTube video. This is going to be the first one we've ever produced. And with this time period right now, this is April of 2020. We are in the midst of the COVID-19 scare, and we hope that all of you are staying healthy and safe at home and not going insane through your time of quarantine. We know that's kind of rough. See all the videos on, all the posts on YouTube and on Facebook about it, so we definitely understand it's a real problem. So one of the questions is, or the biggest question we get is, how do I keep my hook end looking like new? What do I do to it to clean it to keep it looking new? And basically, it's pretty easy. Whenever we build hooks here in the shop, our hooks are made with a end that is made out of aluminum, and And what we do to buff them out and to clean them up a little bit, make them nice and shiny, is we take this Scotch-Brite pad, 3M Scotch-Brite pad. There's different types of levels of these things, coarse, fine, medium, whatever, and it really doesn't matter what you use. The more coarse it is, the more clean it's going to get fairly quickly because it's going to have a rougher surface. But all you're going to do is basically go over this with a firm grip on it, and just like you're trying to polish anything, you know, you're going to take it back and forth on these things, get all the areas on it that you can touch with it, go back and forth. That's going to get the majority of this product clean. Then what you can do is go back with this. This is steel wool. This is a 00 steel wool, and this is the one that we use the most here. Really, 000, 00, whatever. It's probably going to work just fine. The higher the numbers are, though, the 1 and 2, they don't work as well as the finer ones. So, 00 steel wool. You just rub on it back and forth, just the way you did with that 3M pad, back and forth like that, real hard, and a nice grip on it. It's going to come out looking so shiny. You won't even believe it, how new it will look to you.
So as a lot of you guys may have noticed, I got these new shirts behind me. We got some spiders, some scorpions. We got all kinds of new apparel coming out all the time. So keep an eye out. Keep checking back on the website, venomlifegear.com. You can see it right here. And make sure that you guys really pay attention in the next, 30 to 60 days. We're looking to bring all kinds of new art to our shirts, whole new designs, new styles, not just the logo anymore, because as much as we love it, we know some of you guys are getting sick of it. So we're bringing all kinds of new stuff. We're also going to be selling art on the website. So that's going to be a whole new thing too. Photographs, paintings, watercolors. We're going to have a whole nother division of that coming up too.
The next question we get asked is also about the shaft. You know, what can I do if the shaft of these hooks gets real dirty? And this one actually, when you're looking at this hook and you're going, wow, that's a kind of a weird looking hook. This was actually one of the first prototypes I ever made. I think the first month that I was making snake hooks, I wanted to make some of them just to make them look really, really cool. And I did many different sizes, but this was one of the very first ones I ever did. So this shaft on this is kind of dirty and beaten up a little bit, but we can clean it up by using something called xylene. And you can use paint thinner or whatever you want on these products, but xylene I think works the best. It goes through this stuff and takes it off really, really good, really, really quick. If you're going to use xylene though, make sure you're using it in a well-ventilated area. If you got a fan on behind it, which I normally do here in the workshop, I've always got a fan blowing outside when I'm using it, or I've got a mask on or something. But it's, it's a product that you don't want to be inhaling too much of because of its carcinogenic quality. So you take the xylene, you put it on a rag, and you don't need much. You just go back and forth over those parts that are really dirty, and it should come right off. Or if it doesn't come all the way off, it's going to look a lot better than when you first started, I'll tell you that. So you wipe the xylene all over that, and you take a dry cloth behind it and just wipe the excess off, and that's it. And then you'll have a pretty much very nice looking shaft at that point. Again, this is a stainless steel coated shaft. This is an aluminum hook. You may have a hook out there that has a steel end on it instead of aluminum. You can use the exact same products that we did before, although the steel, because you're dealing with more rust problems with that, it may take a little bit more work for you to actually get it clean and to get it to the point where you're going to want it. The steel shaft though, I would not recommend using that 3M pad on it or the steel wool, because it will scratch that and you'll notice that over time. So basically that's how you clean your hook. If you need to change the grip on it, someone's asked us that before, what if I got to change my grip? The easiest thing I tell you to do, unless you're locally close to me that you can contact us, is go to your local golf store or order a grip online if you want to. But you can buy a grip from them, walk up to the pro shop of the golf store and say, hey, can you change my grip out? I think Academy Sports has a Golf Pro, I think. Dick's Golf or Dick's Sporting Goods has a pro that can do it. But any golf shop can do it. It doesn't really matter what you do, and they'll probably charge you like $5 to do it. So a grip, you might save $3 or $4 or $5 for a grip, maybe more depending on what kind of grip you want on it, and then $5 to put it on. You can put them on yourself, but to have to buy all the products to put on, it's not worth your while, and it's going to be a waste of money. So just go to a golf store and have that done. It's probably a lot easier. The next question we get asked a lot is, what shows do you do across the country? Well, we do the big ones. We do Tinley, the 2 shows at Tinley, the October show, we do the March show. We do the shows in Arlington, the NARBC shows in Arlington. That's February and September. We do the Daytona show. And in between there, we may do 1 or 2 shows. We do some Venom conferences and things like that. We don't do 18, 19, 20 shows a year like we used to do. We just don't have the time to do those anymore. We're busy making hooks and selling apparel and things like that, so it's going to take a lot of our time away. We try to do as many as we can that's not going to affect our schedule too much and that we can afford to go and see. We really like to get involved, and we like to meet you guys out there. We love when you come by and say, hey, we saw you guys on YouTube video or Facebook, whatever. We love that. Please come by and say hi to us.
So thank you guys again so much for watching. Hope this was informational, useful, and we're off to the next adventure. So click subscribe. Don't forget to turn on notifications. We'll see you next time. We're gonna leave you with a little bit of some of the places that we've been. Take care.